and some recommendation for the customers how to block or how to prevent this APTs on their environment. So I forgot also to mention that also on the general APT report, we are providing some recommendation to the customer on how to protect, how to enhance their security rules on their network to block this specific APT. The third type of APT reporting subscription called customer specific report or country specific report. This particular service mainly is designed for a specific customers. So the customer will provide us with some generic information. We will share with him a questionnaire. He will provide us with some generic information related to his organization. This information will be used by our researchers and analysts team to search for any attack or any cyber crime targeting one of these information. So we are talking about some domains, some public IPs, some web applications. All these information will be shared with the research team or the gray team. And they will keep this information under the telescope, their telescope, to check if any cyber criminal or any blog is talking about this specific customer. We will use also, or our researchers will use some tools from the OSINT to attack this information in a safe manner. And if they were able to achieve something using the OSINT, then they will inform the customer. So the notification to the customer will be shared in a report. It will be a quarterly report or sometimes on monthly report about the findings or the detection. Also, this report, it has all the information related to the possibility of attack or this target attack to this organization. We will provide them with the recommendation from our side how to block or how to remediate this specific attack. The third service under the threat intelligence called a threat lookup portal. As you can see here, it's a web service. The customer, they can subscribe for our threat lookup portal. If you know, what do you call this? There is another URL. I forgot about it. It is a URL where the customer himself can access to this portal to search for a specific MD5 IP address, URL, domain, or even hashes, SHA1 or SHA256 for a specific malware. So they can search for this specific object. So in case the customer has some unknown URL on the network, detected on the network, or domain or IP address, so he can send or upload this object to our threat intelligence portal or threat lookup portal to search within Kaspersky. So the Kaspersky will do some analysis and will do matching between the criteria entered by the customer, whether it is MD5, SHA1, or URL, domain, IP address, and the existing information we have in our Kaspersky labs. The information will be displayed on the portal itself. It has a lot of information which can the customer get the benefits of. So he can get, for example, a red mark for the object he was looking for or trying to analyze, and it will show them whether this object is considered as a malware or it is a clean We have a free version of the threat lookup portal. To be honest, the customer can search for the same MD5 SHA1, SHA256 URLs, domains, IP addresses. We have a free version which can be used by any customer, but again, it's not accurate as the commercial one. Okay, it won't give all the information which is available on the commercial one, but it works to share this information with the customer, let them try to search by themselves. I just remembered the name of the URL, which is similar to Threat Lookup Portal, is Virus Total. So Virus Total, it gives the user the permission to upload their object and scan, and it will scan this object against different AV engines and show the results to the customer. But the differences between Kaspersky and Virus Total is the flexibility to search for MD5. You don't need to upload the entire object. You can search for URL, domain, IP address, etc. And also this information will be analyzed in Kaspersky Lab and will share the information in case of any matching, even if it is within our private database. So, gentlemen, do you have any questions? Sorry, I cannot see here. All right. Okay. So let's continue. As you can see, sorry, on this slide, we have a partnership with the Interpol, Europol, and even GCC Pool. Those law enforcement entity which mainly focusing on fighting the cyber attacks worldwide, they have our own services. They are using our own services such as Threat Lookup Portal and even APT reporting in their investigations. So they are using our own resources, our own services to search and fight the cyber crimes from their side. Another service for the Kaspersky threat intelligence or threat lookup portal is the cloud sandbox. Basically, this feature or this service is available in the threat lookup portal subscription. It will give the customer the ability to execute unknown object on our cloud sandbox to see what is the full behavior and activity of this object if it is executed on a real environment. So he can upload the object into our cloud sandbox and run the execution. The execution, it will take 2 to 5 minutes maximum, and it will share the full info or the results with the end user directly. The second category called threat hunting. Threat hunting, also we have different services which we can offer to the end user, such as managed protection, targeted attack discovery, malware analysis, digital forensics, and incident response. But today's session, I will focus only on two services, which is targeted attack discovery. Targeted attack discovery, it is very important service because our expert and research team can share some kind of scripts with the end users to be executed on their environment, and they will collect the information about this execution. The goal of this service is to get an independent expert analysis of the ongoing incidents or APTs and cybercrime activities in the customer network to understand the possible reasons and sources and the impact of this incident, and then provide a remediation plan for the customer to stop or to prevent such attack. So in this case, we will see what are the possible sources or the vulnerabilities on the customer side which can be used to exploit their network and allow the cyber criminal to access their network or expose their network to spread their infection. This information will be analyzed by our incident response or target attack discovery team. They will analyze this information in depth and provide all the possible information to the customer as long as or as well as the recommendation to remediate or to prevent such attack. In case the customer has ongoing attack, so he noticed that his network is already compromised, there's some data leaked, there's some suspicious activities going on his network, so he can gain the or he can ask for the help of Kaspersky incident response. Incident response, it's another kind of service which we can offer to the customer. The main responsibility or the main definition of the incident response is an investigation service aimed at producing a detailed picture of an incident when the attack happens on the customer side. This service covers the full incident investigation and response cycle, from early incident response and outside collection of evidence to identification of additional traces of compromise and preparing a remediation plan. So the incident response, actually, it is kind of an insurance policy for any organization. So let's say an organization was penetrated or it was attacked by a target attack or a specific malware, but they don't know from where this malware came or how they were compromised, which data were leaked, whether this attack is stopped or not. So this incident response will make sure that a dedicated team from Kaspersky will connect to the customer environment directly within, let's say, terms and conditions. We will see it later on, within a very short time, to collect some traces, some evidence about this ongoing attack. These information will be analyzed and investigated by our research, and then they will provide the information to the customer on how this attack happened, what was the source of this malware or this attack, which data were leaked, and how they can remediate or how they can prevent this attack or stop this attack. This incident or this service, we have to sell it in advance to the customer. So it is very difficult to sell this kind of services to the customers when they have a current or ongoing attacks, because it will take time to agree on the number of hours or maybe the commercial figures of this service. It will take time. So most of the enterprise customers, they purchase this incident as insurance. So they will use it whenever they have an attack or some suspicious activities on their network. So the good thing in the incident response that our response team will connect directly before, let's say, the deleting the traces of this APT. So most of the cases, the cyber criminals will do the attack or they will do the hit. They will collect the information or damage the information they are looking for, and then when they will leave the network, they will delete all the traces which can lead to them. So the incident response, if the customer has the incident response and the customer informed Kaspersky team on the right time, we will be able to collect all these information, analyze them, and in most cases, we are able to show the customer or provide them who was the source of this attack, as well as the recommendation from Kaspersky to prevent and remediate this attack. The third category of our cybersecurity services is the penetration testing and security assessment. So unfortunately, a lot of customers, they don't know that Kaspersky can offer such valuable and important services such as penetration testing or application security assessment. They don't know, maybe because they consider Kaspersky as a software-based company, but to be frank with you, we have this service since many years. We have a very strong team handling or taking the responsibility of the penetration testing and security assessment. So the penetration testing, to be honest, or let me explain the penetration testing for the customer who doesn't know the penetration testing. Penetration testing is a service which can be provided to the customer, which will be similar to an actual attack, but in a safe manner. So we will try to attack the customer organization, but in a safe manner. We will agree with the customer that we will try to attack their organization, but we will not leak any data. We will not make any damage during the penetration testing. So we are trying to attack the customer network to gain more information about his vulnerabilities, the weaknesses on the network level, or his security controls. So the benefits of getting this service from the customer side, he will be aware about his weaknesses on application level, on network level, how the cyber criminals can compromise or attack his organization. So we will gain this information, we will collect this information and share it with the customer, and we'll tell, hey, Mr. Customer, cyber criminals can compromise your organization using this vulnerability on the network level or on this router level or whatever. The penetration, it can, or this service, penetration testing, can be provided or delivered to the customer externally, remotely, or internally, using on-site or on-prem resources. We can include also the Wi-Fi security assessment within the penetration testing as a service. So just for your information, if the customer is looking for a penetration testing service, we need to share with them a questionnaire where they have to fill and share it back with us. So based on their answers, we will be able to define the scope of the penetration testing service. Otherwise, the customer can share with us his requirements to be part of this service. Most of the big organizations, all the banks, they have regular penetration testing services. So they will do at least one penetration testing or security assessment at least one time a year. Some sensitive organizations, they used to do it twice. So Kaspersky also can do the service twice. So we will conduct the first phase of this service, for example, next month, and after providing them with the report about the results and the findings of the first phase, they can agree with the customer to conduct another session or another phase of the penetration testing to verify and confirm that the customer worked on the recommendation, he was able to enhance his security controls, or he fixed the vulnerabilities which was detected by Kaspersky. So we will do another wave of testing, the second phase, to verify whether these findings were closed, and sometimes we will be able to discover or to find another vulnerabilities or another gaps on the network level or the application level. So it is very important to keep our customers tuned that the Kaspersky can offer penetration testing and security assessment. The second service of this category is called application security assessment. It is a customized service where we can focus on the Active Directory, domain controllers, administration workstation, ERP systems, ATM surveillance systems. So it will be on the application level to be able to discover the vulnerabilities on these applications and whether the cyber criminals can use these vulnerable applications to compromise their network. The benefits of or the difference, let me say, about the application security assessment and penetration testing. The differences between our service and some other vendors who used this, they can offer, or which they are offering the same service, is our team who is handling this service. As I said at the beginning, we have more than 40 well-known and recognized researchers. They are known and recognized globally. They are handling this kind of services. About the application security assessment, as you know, the application security assessment can be delivered in 3 approaches: a black box, a gray box, and white box. Another type of assessment or security assessment which can we provide to the customer is the dedicated security assessment for the industrial sector. Any industrial sector who are using or is using SCADA, PLC systems, or smart meters like RTA or any oil and gas organization, we have dedicated services or security assessment for their network, for their production environment. In Kaspersky, we have a dedicated specialized team handling these services and these solutions. It's not only a security assessment. We have another solution for the industrial sector. So we have dedicated team. They are specialized in SCADA, PLC systems. They can deliver this service to your customer. The last category is the training, which is also very, very, very important. As you know, the customer might spend or invest millions of dollars purchasing solutions, hardware appliance to enhance their security environment. Okay, but to be honest, if the team or his IT department doesn't have enough skills to analyze these information, to be able to take an immediate action in case they have some kind of detection or ongoing attack, then their investment or this solutions can be compromised, can be compromised easily, and they will waste their money. To be honest, in case they don't have a proper team, qualified, a trained team to be able to handle the major incidents on their network. Thus, Kaspersky provides dedicated technical training for the experts. It's only for the experts or the information security department. This training is divided into 5 or 6 training programs. The first training is for digital forensics, which has 2 levels. It has digital forensics and advanced digital forensics training, malware analysis and reverse engineering, and the advanced level of malware analysis and reverse engineering. dedicated training for incident response, and another dedicated training for the threat detection with Yara to be able to write the rules by themselves. So this training, here you can see the course outlines or the course description for each program or each training. The course outlines and description was designed by our team who were handling the incident response, penetration testing, and security assessment, which means the same team who has the experience or long experience from working on field on real attacks were able to design and develop these materials. So the team who will provide this training program, they are not just academic people who used to provide the training only. They don't have maybe experience on ground. In Kaspersky case, we have the team who was working on the incident response. The same team will be able to deliver this training. Who will deliver this training? So during the training, the attendees will gain a lot of information, not only this information which is mentioned on the course outlines, but they can gain a lot of information and knowledge from the trainers themselves. Kaspersky are selling a lot of training courses to organizations, a lot of organizations. Some organizations, they prefer to have dedicated training for their employees because this organization might share some sensitive information with the instructor to get some information or some advices from him to be able to handle their security matters. So the training, as you can see, each training program is designed to be delivered on 5 days, 5 working days, where the attendees themselves will do some labs. So the instructor has, or this training program has a theory part and an actual labs, which has to be done by the attendees themselves. So digital forensics malware analysis is designed for 5 days to be delivered on 5 days. Also the same thing for incident response. It will be delivered in 5 days. But for Yara engine, it is only for 2 days. Another dedicated training for Kata. In case the customer purchased Kata, we can sell them also, or we can provide them with 1-day training on Kata administration and Kata security analysts, how to be able to understand or to analyze the incident generated by Kata or EDR solution. The last part of today's session is ASAP. Again and again, the customer or any organization, they might invest a lot of millions and to build their security controls, or even in training of their IT security department, but they are missing, unfortunately, very important factor, which is the employee itself. Our employees, they might be the main source of any attack. So leaking the information or the security information from the employees themselves. For example, an employee found a USB drive and he just wants to check whether this USB can be used or not. Like a visitor to an organization give a flash drive to an employee or to the administrator or the administration department, asking them to print a file on this USB. All these activities leads to a weak security information or security awareness on the employees. So Kaspersky has a dedicated online platform called Kaspersky Automated Security Awareness Platform. This platform is mainly designed to develop the skills of the employees and to give them our information about the security. So mainly it is designed to increase their security awareness. This training is an online. It doesn't require any dedicated server on the organization, which means the employee can attend this training during the working hours within the network infrastructure or even from the personal laptops at home or from the mobile phone. This training program covered the following topics, and every now and then we are developing the content of these topics. We are adding more topics to the existing topics we have. So we are talking about email and phishing emails. It's one dedicated topic. Web browsing, how to differentiate between malicious and malicious or phishing URLs. Passwords, how to create passwords. Social network, social engineering, how to secure the personal PC or laptop, mobile devices, confidential data and personal data. GDPR also is part of the ASAP topics, and physical security and security at home and on travel. Each topic, it has a lot of information which is mainly designed and addressed to the receiver or to the attendees with a very simple language. So we are not using a very complex phrases or words to deliver this information. No, but we are using only a very simple method to deliver this information to a guy or a gentleman who doesn't know anything about IT or IT security. At the end of each topic, they have 3 to 5 questions. They have to answer it correctly as per their understanding. The progress of this training can be monitored by the administrator of this online program. He can see the progress of each employee. The administrator can assign different topics for an individual user or a group of users. So we can assign different type or different topics to the HR department, and other topics to the finance department, and so on. And during the time frame for this training, the administrator can monitor the progress of each employee. He can push some notification to the employee to complete this topic or to complete his training. So ASAP or security awareness is very, very important, especially with this time, this critical time, with this pandemic. Most of the employees, they are working remotely. Some employees, they are using their personal devices to access the computer, the corporate resources or email addresses. So it is very important to raise their security awareness to at least minimize the risk of the organization or the risk of getting attacks from the user side, not on the network level. So this is all about today's presentation. I was trying to cover all our cybersecurity services, focusing on the threat intelligence, threat hunting, and a training program. So this is the end of the presentation of today. If you have a question, please do let me know.
So I think that's the session, Zahir. Thank you so much again, and I think we can conclude the session now.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for attending this session. Thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we will see you again and again.